Disaster in Queen's Landing. Ariel has been murdered in her own home. And the timing couldn't have been worse. It happened on the day of the royal wedding. But let's start at the beginning. Oops, not that beginning. Once upon a time, on a beautiful summer morning, the city was buzzing with activity. After all, it was the highlight of the year. Snow White and Cinderella's wedding. It should have been a very happy occasion. But everybody was freaking out. The wedding organization was turning into a disaster. The 7 dwarf electricians were on strike. They were boycotting the royal wedding. They didn't want to lose their dear friend Snow White. So for several days they refused to work, and the city had no electricity. It was anarchy, and a perfect time to kill Ariel. Luckily, you're here to help figure out who did it. There are 4 suspects. Snow White.
I was cooking pies. Because of the power outage, I had to prepare the pie crust over an open fire and do the dishes in the river instead of using my brand new dishwasher. Anyway, I like apples more than sushi.
Cinderella.
I was running around getting last-minute things done. It's my freaking wedding day, people. Of course I was busy. I was on my way to carve out a pumpkin for the carriage. But on my way to the pumpkin patch, I lost my sneaker, so I had to run off to buy another pair. It's a shame that Ariel was murdered. But frankly, her red hair didn't go with the blue and white color scheme. I mean, I wouldn't have killed her for it. Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't have had time.
Sleeping Beauty.
I was too tired to help out, so I was just chilling at home. I drank like a dozen espressos to make sure I wouldn't fall asleep during the wedding. Oh, speaking of which, I've got to buy more Nespresso capsules. I'm all out. But first, I think I'll take a little nap.
Pocahontas.
I was supposed to go fishing with Ariel, but she never showed up. Cinderella asked us to catch the salmon for the wedding feast. Now that I think of it, the local fishermen didn't really like Ariel. She was running them out of business. Unfair competition. She could catch fish directly underwater. Well, I have to go catch 300 salmon from the river all by myself. Ciao.
Who killed Ariel? Poor Ariel. She just didn't see it coming. She should have run away while she had the chance. Oh, wait. Well, anyway, the wedding planner must be relieved. Now she doesn't have to order that giant aquarium. I mean, we probably would have found something to do with a giant aquarium. It was Sleeping Beauty. How could she have used up all the Nespresso capsules when there hasn't been electricity for the past several days? After all the drama, the dwarves decide to call off their strike and join in the wedding festivities. All of Queen's Landing is merry again. The pumpkin carriage arrives, and the 300 salmon are successfully caught and cooked in a pie by Snow White. And the happy couple finally says, "I do." And look at the time. The feast is almost ready to begin. But there's one last problem to sort out. Cinderella wants the tables to make 3 squares. But you only have time to move 3 tables. The guests are arriving any minute now. How can you make 3 squares by moving only 3 tables? Oh no! The 7 dwarves have arrived and they're making their way to the buffet. Quick, everybody grab what you can before they eat everything. Wow! Look at them go! I don't think they've eaten since Snow White moved out. and these are the best salmon tarts in all the land. You must move these tables here to create 3 squares. Okay, now that everyone is finally here, champagne!
Actually, we've replaced the champagne with apple juice.
Okay, apple juice! Snow White insisted on buying a juice fountain that she saw on an infomercial at 2 a.m. Not the most practical choice. Which glass will fill up first? Enough of these distractions. When are we gonna have cake? Darn Snow White and her addiction to late-night infomercial shopping. It's a wonder they can still afford this chateau with all she spends on Snuggies, shake weights, and George Foreman grills. Pocahontas's glass. This magical day comes to a happy and joyful end, with hearts, bellies, and glasses full. Cinderella and Snow White go back to their castles to pack for their honeymoon. They're going to Cancun. Oh yeah, all-you-can-eat buffet resorts, baby. But alas, a terrible surprise awaits them at the castle. Snow White's evil stepmother has hidden their passports in one of her 4 magic vaults. There's only one key. If the princesses put the key in the wrong keyhole, the vaults will explode and the princesses can say sayonara to Sandy Cancun. Which vault matches the key? Well, not a huge surprise coming from the stepmother. I mean, she did hire a hunter to kill Snow White, rip out her heart, and bring it back in a box. All things considered, this isn't so bad. Oh, and make sure to click the red button and subscribe to our Riddle Me This channel. It's vault number 2. Whew! No explosions today. Except for the explosion of joy in my heart for Snow White and Cinderella. The princesses take their passports and fly off into the sunset to sip apple martinis happily ever after in Cancun. The end. Shout out to Kimberly Quinn for getting last episode's bonus question right. This week, we have a royal brain teaser for you. What is the one thing everybody in the world does at the same time? Answer in the comments now for a chance at an RMT shout-out. 5 sisters are spending an afternoon at home. Gabby is reading. Jody is taking a bath. Hua is playing the board game Risk. Dakota is dancing in the living room. What is Mandy, the 5th sister, doing? Come on, this one is super easy. Should be able to solve it in seconds. It shouldn't take no Prince Charming to solve this riddle. Mandy was playing Risk with Hua, of course. You can't play it on your own. Dr. McKay, a top physicist, was found dead at NASA with a satellite dish planted in her back. It was determined that she had enough time to type 299-792-458 into her calculator before dying. The police questioned 4 suspects. Dr. Photon. I loved working for her. She was brilliant, and I can't imagine why anyone would have wanted to hurt her. Professor Decibel. I was measuring how fast our latest engine could pass Mach 2, so I didn't hear anything. Instructor Hydrogen. I was testing the oxygen reserves on board our latest satellite all day, so I have no idea what happened. Intern Graviton. Okay, I'll admit it. I was making space cakes for the entire staff, but I didn't kill nobody. Which scientist was arrested for further interrogation? This is our first original riddle from the minds of our expert solvers on our Facebook group. Join it to invent and solve new riddles every day. So, who do you think killed Dr. McKay? Dr. Photon. The last clue Dr. McKay left was the speed of light, and the only scientist with a connection to light is Dr. Photon. Make sure to click the red button and subscribe to our Riddle Me This channel.